And when Turner refused Vince, he did not give up, but instead came directly to the owners. Most wrestling fans know that Jim Barnett struck a deal with Vince with the approval of Jack and Jerry Briscoe, who were co-owners of the territory. On both Dark Side of the Ring and when he filled in as a host here on this program, Gerald stated that one of the deciding factors for him and Jack to sell was they had not received any of their dividends from the company. And the heat for that was on Ole Anderson, the other owner of the company who was in control of the revenue. Jake, how much of this backstage, behind the scenes heat did you hear about?
I got nothing.
Really?
I got nothing, man. I told you I didn't go to the office.
So you're in a great spot then, because you get to kind of do all the things that you love to do, and you don't have to deal with the fucking politics.
I don't have to deal with the bullshit.
So I would imagine that being a booker, though, you get to hear some things that maybe the other boys didn't get to hear. Was there any indication that the Briscoes and Barnett were unhappy with Ole and the way he was running the day-to-day operations?
Oh yeah, they were. They were very unhappy.
Obviously, the Briscoes thought a lot of you because they put you in the booker position. Were you pretty close with Jack and Jerry both?
Not really. They just had a high opinion of what I thought and what I could do.
Let's get to the big day. July 14th, 1984, Vince is at TV, and he makes it publicly known that the WWF will be broadcast on the Superstation time slot. When did it become public knowledge for the talent and employees that Vince had purchased the time slot?
That day.
When he arrived?
When he walked in there.
How much heat would you say Jack and Jerry had with you and with the other boys for selling their fucking rights?
I don't think there was a whole lot of heat there. I know I had none. I mean, I understood. If I wasn't getting my fucking money, I'd be wanting to do something else too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about business.
That was it. And Jack and Jerry had families of their own to take care of, and they were just doing what they had to do because they weren't getting what they were due. Jake, you had a hell of a reaction. You tell Vince to shove it up his ass, and it's a great moment that we explored on a Georgia episode before. What do you remember about reactions from the other talents when Vince is there in the building?
I don't remember because I was so fucking mad, man. I just stormed out of there.
There's a great story out there about what Ole had to say to Vince and Linda McMahon that day. Are you familiar with it?
No.
Apparently, Vince came up to Ole and said, "Ole, this is my wife Linda. I'd like to introduce you to her." And he said, "Vince, why don't you go fuck yourself? And Linda, go fuck yourself too." Something to that effect.
Wow.
Pretty stiff from Ole.
Yeah.
All right, last question. If you could transport yourself back in time to that age, that moment, Jake, how do you think you would handle the situation with your current perspective?
Oh, I would have definitely sat down and talked to Vince.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What changes your mind?
Well, just seeing where it all went.
Right.
That was the beginning and the end, all in the same moment.
In theory, if you had kind of buddied up to Vince under those circumstances, we could have seen Jake at WrestleMania 1, and who knows, maybe the snake, or rather, the tights gimmick wouldn't have come along, and we would have had Karate Pants Jake up there in New York.
Damn straight, that'd have been a good thing.